Now, the second issue, which is in many ways the most important one, dealing with these systems, is it's your business. You know, because of operator licensing, health and safety legislation, Environment Agency, environment law, all the rest of it, you've got certain obligations and duties on you as businesses. So it's common sense, is it not? If you're going to have a system, you might as well make sure it complies properly. So, simple stuff this. Focus on what is needed. There's plenty of literature on the subject. There's industry guidelines, there's websites. If in doubt, seek advice from trading associations, professional bodies, lawyers. Going back to something that Tim said earlier on about financial standing, I am quite surprised whenever I approach an accountant, because sometimes this is necessary, how little they appear to know about the financial standing requirements, even if you write to them or speak to them on the phone and tell them. I'd say probably 5 in every 6 letters I get from an accountant re financial standing to produce on behalf of them at a public inquiry do not address the issue, or indeed leave questions open which are fairly vague. If you are in doubt about whether you need a system or not, put one in place. For example, do you have a system as to how you would deal with a visit by an enforcement agency? Who is going to deal with those people? Who's going to have access to the documents? One of the key areas which I'll come back to later in this address is, do you delegate to a member of staff, a manager, whoever, the ability to speak on the company's behalf in your absence to enforcement agencies? And if you do that, what are the parameters of that delegated authority? Because you need to be fairly careful if you're going to do that. Make sure you've chosen the right person, somebody who will give a good account of him or herself and will represent the company's best interest. You don't choose to do that, again, another phrase that's common in all of this, you are a hostage to fortune. Having got your system in place, it should be documented. No good saying, well, we discussed this down the pub last Friday, it's on the back of a fact packet somewhere. All in documents. This is no-brainer material, ladies and gentlemen. Easy stuff. Get it down, take the time out to do it. The biggest problem and why people fail in this industry, which I agree with everything that's been said so far, it's over-regulated, is because they don't take the time to spend either looking at their systems, updating them, auditing them, or simply checking they're working properly. So once you've got the system in place, you've got to cover everything you conceivably can, in my view, to minimise the impact to you of these visits from enforcement agencies or indeed prosecution, enforcement action. And it needs to have a paper trail. And again, another no-brainer, we all know what's required defect reports. What happened? The driver reported the defect, where did it go? Pre-maintenance inspection, was the defect picked up there? Was the part bought? When was it repaired? Did somebody sign the vehicle off as being roadworthy? Did somebody sign off the defect sheet as saying, well, there's the defect done, and here's the invoice and everything else? Easy stuff. But you would be surprised how often at public inquiries, which is obviously one of the reasons people go there so regularly in some cases, where these things have been missed.